Welcome back to Leading Edge. It is something 1 in 100 people in the world have. More than 3.5 million Americans have autism spectrum disorder. Its prevalence in the United States is estimated now at 1 in 59 births. I'm betting you know someone who has autism or the family of someone with the developmental disorder. Those folks face a lot of challenges. Many of those are expensive as they deal with a life with autism. And I'm supposed to do what with that information, Jerry? Well, you're supposed to do something. And I think I have just the thing. As I welcome in and say hi to Scott Hayes, entertainer, part of the Project I Am, the organization that puts on just this incredible day and evening of the best musical entertainment in the region, Acoustics for Autism. Scott is also the drummer for the wildly popular Arctic Clam, which of course will be playing. He is paired in life with Acoustics founder and now judge, Nicole Corey. For her, this issue was and is personal, and formed the seed of an idea which became Acoustics for Autism. Take me back just to those early days.
Let's go back to 2008. Nicole had a friend that had a child that was struggling with autism spectrum disorder. Wasn't getting the help that they needed. They were spending a lot of money trying to find the therapy that worked for them. There's a saying that we always use. Once you meet a child with autism spectrum disorder, you've met one child with autism spectrum disorder, because it manifests itself so differently.
So many different ways, yeah.
Yeah, and so the therapies are quite different, and what may work for one might not work for another. And so they spent a lot of time, energy, and money trying to find the right solution. Nicole saw that and decided, you know what, I've got to do something about it. We know that music can be a good therapy, and so let's get some of our musician friends together and put on a day of music.
So we're going to go back now to March of '08, I think this was. It was expected to be a nice, small little fundraiser. It drew this overwhelming crowd and knocked down 10 grand in that very first day, that very first event, and obviously a huge tradition was born. How much is raised these days?
Well, we are hoping to raise $100,000 this year in one day, and we believe we're not on a mission impossible.
Oh, I've been to your event, I think. Oh, and by the way, should we point out, this event is free. So where's the money come from?
Out of the good hearts of the people that attend the event. So there's a few ways that we make money. First of all, we have very generous sponsors that help us pay for the fixed costs.
This is some pictures from previous times at Acoustics. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we rely on sponsors, and they're all the building trades really helped us this year. All of them: sheet metal workers, local 500, AA Bose is a corporate sponsor. Clearview Tinting, Meyer, our event
Great
sponsors.
sponsors.
They pay for the structural stuff, the tents, the security, the permits, all of that. And then after that, it's just we have great volunteers that go out and ask people if they have it in them, contribute. And
they'll just walk through the crowd.
They'll walk through the crowd. We have these karma
Hey, it's on a
boxes.
Sunday. Think of it as an offering, okay?
That's right.
They come through, toss in some cash. There are refreshments there. And when he said tents, and yes, he did say plural, you have 7 different stages going on simultaneously.
Yes, from 12 noon.
That's on Sunday, March 1st. Want to make we're giving you the heads up now so you can put it on the calendar for Sunday, March 1st. You're going to kick it off at noon. Let's just go for 14 hours or so.
Let's do it.
It says the Village Idiot. I just say if you get down there, you'll find your way because it's all packed in around there.
It's in that whole block. Village Idiot, Buster Brown's, the Elks, Small Box Music, and then we have tents behind for the kids area, for the big beer garden stage. You know, one of the ways we make a lot of money is the mayor, Denny Schaefer, others do a cash grab. And so last year, during one song, during our set at 5:30 p.m., we raised $10,000 in one song.
During a song?
During a song. We make that song rather loud.
They're aiming $100,000 this year. I mean, you got it. You got that. How many performers or acts? Because you have bands performing, you have solo people performing. When I look at this lineup and you're filling 7 stages, how many different acts are we talking?
80 acts. I've been told that this is the largest free annual music festival, second largest in the country.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That-
you've
isn't
got
that-
everybody that is somebody in music is there. They collaborate,
Entertainers, you know, are asked to do a lot, especially for good causes. And yes, more often than not, they say yes. I'm guessing, though, this isn't a tough sell these days. I mean, to not be included, I think, would be an ego bruiser. But was there ever a time when performers, getting them to sign on was a challenge?
Not really, no. Nicole's quite persuasive, you know.
You can't say no to Nicole Corey. Well, you tell me, these guys, I mean, they're pulling out their best stuff on a Sunday because you know why? The other guys are out there watching them, right?
Yeah, all the best musicians. So the ante is always up. We always do something special for that set.
Yeah.
Others collaborate with other bands, and then everyone wants to see what the other bands are doing. And there's so many of them. I could go on for days to name them, but
You know who we should name?
yes.
Max Boyle.
Oh yeah, Max Boyle's gonna
From
come.
The Voice?
Yep.
He's going to be there. He's going to perform.
Yeah, he performs in the silent auction tent later in the day, 7:15. So right connected to the big beer garden tent, he's right there.
Okay. Somebody's saying, well, Jerry, well, why Sunday? Hey, they're entertainers. You know when they work? Friday nights and Saturday nights. So this, they have available, but still, this is a commitment for them. Most of these people probably will have worked the night before, right?
They will, yep.
And they're gonna be
they
out
get up and they come early. A lot of them help volunteer on that Saturday before they go play, and then they come back early in the morning, help us set everything up.
It is just says something, and I've over the years gotten to know so many of these musicians, and they are, as you say, extremely talented. We have a great music scene in town.
Yep.
You talk about giving, caring people. They're about like Anderson and Peterson. You can't say no. You just want to be involved. They're just great. I got to ask you, where does the money go?
It goes to our scholarship fund. So we don't do research. We don't do we don't do information. We just raise money for a scholarship fund.
And you guys, I should make this really clear, Scott Hayes, Arctic Clam Project I am. You guys aren't affiliated with like different an autism organization, some national organization. You're totally independent. This is really where the rubber meets the road locally.
It is, and the money it stays here locally.
Yeah.
So everything we raise goes into the scholarship fund. If a family has a need, it could be anything from karate lessons, horseback riding, applied behavioral analysis, speech therapy, music therapy.
Yeah.
Any one of those things. If a doctor says this will work for your kid, we'll pay the provider if you fill out a scholarship and if it's well-founded, and our board reviews those and then issues those scholarships.
You can have any of your people, any folks who have been recipients of that maybe on location?
Oh yeah.
I think that is a great way to do it because, I mean, you want to see where your money goes and the difference it makes. I'd like you to meet so-and-so. You know, we talk about the ever-increasing prevalence of autism. It may or may not mean that more kids are being born with the developmental disorder. We think probably more are. It may also go to the fact that we are getting better at spotting and diagnosing. And that early detection, from what I read, can save so much money over the course of someone's lifetime if they are identified and we start to do whatever works for them, and these variety of things. If we can do that, we can actually save money in the course of their lifetime.
You're absolutely right. And so we don't diagnose, but I think we raise enough awareness that people realize that, and we support getting an analysis early, getting that diagnosed early, and then we can intervene with therapies that work. And we've seen it work. You talk to any of our parents that are there on Sunday, other events we have, there's a great networking opportunity. They share shared successes. They learn from each other and they network. A lot of our volunteers are families.
You've got to check it out. There it is, next Sunday, March 1st, all right, noon until 2 a.m. My thanks to Scott Hayes, Arctic Clam Project I am, keeping us on the leading edge of the effort to help those in our community dealing with the so prevalent developmental disorder, autism spectrum disorder. Thanks for what you do.
Thank you.
I'll be right back.